When we finally arrived, late last night, darkness enveloped us and the tiredness was palpable. We pitched our tents on a nearby piece of land, working by torchlight and with the knowledge that the next day would finally bring us an encounter with the Himba. This morning, when we woke up very early, the world around us was still wrapped in a suspended silence. When we reached the entrance gate of the village, dawn had just begun to dye the sky with a soft light. A young shepherd was leading the flock out, with slow and calculated movements, while the village was slowly awakening from its sleep. There was a serene calm in the air, as if life here followed an ancient and immutable rhythm. Every detail, the light sounds of the animals, the sound of the wind between the huts, told of a simple daily life, but deeply tied to the land and traditions. Observing this awakening so different from what we are used to made us feel part of an intimate moment, a small fragment of life that we will hardly forget.
So they started making notice, and the dress they are wearing is like the ones for Queen Elizabeth.
You immediately want to play.
Over here, this is what we call a kraal. A kraal is a milking area where you milk the cows. So it's happening there. So the kraal have its opening, and then the opening of the kraal is facing the opening of the main hut. So if you come into a village, you saw now the opening of the kraal. The mostly important is a kraal. So then you know already that the opening, the facing way it is facing the main hut. So in between here, there should be something which we call it is a holy place. So a holy place is where we pray to our ancestors. So whenever we have somebody who is very sick or ill, before we take that person to the hospital, we have to bring that person to the holy place. And then they make a traditional fire, which is made with a stick. And then you call a diviner to see whether if this incisive, it has to be treated by traditional doctor or it needs medical doctors. So the diviner tells. Okay.
As the guide explains how the village is organized, the atmosphere around us changes with the arrival of dawn. The sun begins to slowly rise from the hills, casting a golden light that spreads gently across the landscape, illuminating the new school that we will visit later. It is an almost solemn moment, in which the village seems to come to life delicately. The first activities begin to fill the air. We hear the light footsteps of those coming out of the huts, the call of the animals, and the sound of tools announcing the beginning of a new day. Every gesture is part of a routine that has been repeated for generations, but which today, in our eyes, appears as something special, imbued with the strength of a deep bond with the land and the community. As we listen to the guide, the spectacle of awakening surrounds us, and we feel immersed in a moment that tells of the resilience and harmony of this place far from our everyday world. The night in the tent was cold, and even this morning the crisp air is felt despite being covered by thermal clothing. It is a cold that gets to your bones, but for us it is only a temporary discomfort, easily mitigated. Looking at the children of the village, however, it becomes clear how different their relationship with these temperatures is. For them, the fire is not only a pleasant comfort, but a vital necessity. We see them gather around the flames to warm themselves a little and face the morning chill in a small, essential ritual while waiting for the hot African sun. There is something extraordinarily simple, but deeply significant in this image. The fire becomes the beating heart of the village, the point around which the community gathers, finding not only physical warmth, but also a sense of unity and strength that accompanies them at the beginning of each new day.
Qualcosa blu. Si coprono a pezzi, cioè un quadratino di pelle, il resto resta scoperto.
So you see this one?
This is corn, baby.
Cow horn.
Cow horn.
Yes. So cow skin, cow horn.
Pelle di mucca e corno di mucca. To put inside the okra powder.
So it's to put okra powder to keep the traditional butter and also the perfume, everything.
What she told me?
She said every girl now should come and put on okra.
It's against insect or for the temperature for what?
Mostly is for the cold. It also helps.
Cold.
Yeah, when it's cold like in the morning.
Quindi aiuta pure a riscaldarsi.
And then
And here are the Himba women, imposing and fascinating figures, who immediately capture attention with their proud bearing. Tall, straight like warriors from another era, they move with grace and confidence, embodying the pride of their ancient culture. Their bodies and hair are entirely covered in a unique mixture: cow fat, goat butter, red ochre earth, ash and perfumes that escape precise description, but which carry with them the aroma of earth, fire, and ancient traditions. This paste, which protects their skin from the relentless desert sun and symbolically binds them to their land, gives the Himba an almost bronze tone, transforming them into living statues, which shine under the warm light of the African sun. Observing them is like glimpsing a fragment of history, where every gesture and every aesthetic detail contains profound meanings, linked to rituals and customs handed down for generations. There is a beauty in them that goes beyond appearance. It is the strength of an identity that resists time, rooted in their culture and the environment that surrounds them.
so you see, so that is now the Himba shower.
The Himba shower, as our guide calls it, is a fascinating purification ritual that reflects the ingenuity and adaptation of these people to the harsh conditions of their environment. Unable to wash with water because of the red ochre paste that covers their bodies and hair, a mixture that serves as protection against the sun and insects, the Himba women have developed a unique practice. They light a small fire inside the hut, using dried herbs that are aromatic and have antiseptic properties. The smoke that is released becomes their water, a purifying vapor that envelopes the body in a sort of smoke bath. It is a silent and sacred ritual, which replaces washing with water, and the Himba woman who gives us the demonstration performs it with precise and ancient gestures. As the smoke spreads under the arms, on the face, and in the hair, the scent of the herbs fills the air, creating an intimate and spiritual atmosphere. It is not just a question of hygiene, but of a deep connection with nature, of a way of taking care of oneself in harmony with the territory that surrounds them. Watching this ritual is like witnessing an ancient knowledge passed down from mother to daughter, and that tells much more than what may appear at first glance.
All together, and this makes this purifications.
Purifications.
But this is very special. It's coming from very far. Yeah.
And this one here is came from the human or cow?
From the shop.
Yes, from the shop. You don't know if it's cow or.
No, I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, it's from the city.
And this one is from the
Cow.
cow.
That one can come from a cow.
Sì. Oh.
In addition to having the opportunity to witness again the morning ritual in which the Himba women smear their bodies with the ointment based on butter and ochre, with our guide here we stop to observe more carefully the details of this fascinating ritual of beauty and identity. At this hut, we notice an almost ritual accuracy in the care of their decorative leggings, which are brushed with slow and precise gestures, as if each movement were part of a ceremony. Every piece of their traditional clothing, from the skins to the ornaments, is treated with great attention, almost as if to underline the symbolic importance of what they wear. Dressing is not only a practical act, but a moment of connection with one's culture and with past generations. The ornaments, made of natural materials and often decorated with intricate beads, tell stories of belonging, status, and beauty. As we observe them, we understand that this meticulous care of the body and clothing is not only an aesthetic fact, but a way to preserve and honor their traditions, expressing pride and identity through every detail.
Fanno agricoltura, non fanno allevamento, vendono i bracciali, quando vendono i bracciali danno le pecore, uccidono la pecora, la mangiano e loro se li mettono sui bracciali, non fanno vita come loro. They don't feel cold, like you. Yeah.
Estimately maybe from 32, 33, the other one maybe 36, 7, the other one maybe 39, 42. Yeah, 30 up. The other one is 46. But our age, they don't know the age.
What time is that?
In the morning,
No, I mean child. This okra.
Yeah, no, they at that age, they don't put too much okra, they put too much only butter.
Hai visto come l'ha tirato su quel bambino? Ah, quello è il coso per tenere su il nanillo.
Dole po wanje jikira dwe be wan. Ni wanya nguno.
Baba, dara na umbugu boy. Dara na umbugu ngoyo ya. Mekana. Gaite onjo. Mirere un be onjo, ai ga bombanda.
Bella lei.
Ma è una delle mogli del capo?
Figli, scusa. Però dice che il capo è molto malato, stavo proprio in ospedale. Sono tutti abbastanza
So this one
in Etiopia scavano finché non esce fuori l'acqua.
Come gliele fa?
Come gliele fa?
Waje ngobra me murir. Ita nga mamuru. Munu wa vere ke munu wa yenga.
and this is calabash where they keep the milk. How a pumpkin is growing.
Ah, it's not pumpkin.
No, it's not a pumpkin. It's a calabash. So when it grows like
The guide reveals an important process in the daily life of the Himba, showing us how butter is produced, an essential element in their culture. The process is as simple as it is ingenious. The freshly milked milk is poured into an empty and thoroughly cleaned pumpkin. Then, with a rapid and constant movement, the pumpkin is rotated vigorously, using techniques passed down from generation to generation. This process, which uses rhythm and centrifugal force, allows the fat part of the milk to be separated, transforming it into butter. It is surprising to see how, with just a few natural tools, the Himba have managed to develop such an effective and sustainable method to produce what, in addition to being a precious food, is also the basis of the famous butter and ochre ointment with which they protect and adorn their bodies. As we listen to the guide, we realize that this simple gesture, repeated every day, contains much more. It is a bond with the land, with the animals, and with their own past, a ritual that continues to keep the ancestral traditions of the community alive.
Ma devono romperla per farlo uscire.
But you need to broke this to take off the butter.
no.
Ah, in this way. No, lo scuotono e esce fuori.
No, you take it out. Pecca, corn, meat, everything from a cow.
Bella sta ragazza, eh?
Okay. No cow, no lives for the Himba. cows, yes, then there is life for them.
How many childs a woman?
I can have. They can, as long as they stop.
Like 11?
It depends.
Normalmente 11-12
Not more
figli.
than that.
Medium?
Medium, 5. Medium 5.
And this lady, how many child?
6 children.
6.
So women are like this. When they
Ah,
start,
questo è il suo o sua? Ok. 1, 2.
some of them they went to school.
Ah, ok.
Women,
Ha chiesto se c'ho figli. She asked me if I have a child. And I answer
how many children do you
no have.
have? Every now and
Kambang bagi. Oh, no, him.
Ah, sul caramello senza zucchero?
Aspetta, ti faccio una foto mentre dai le caramelle.
C'è per tutti, sono messi la... La caramella è tutta eccitata. Scusa. Ari da tende.
Mama ada apa mau am? Ini dua kali ha mangai ko ambare ko. Ini dimbangi jira yang bawa. Dimbangi aku sama anak kalau. Tapi enggak aku jago juga ini juga. Tapi mana ini aku nunggu jauh di ome.
Volete fare la foto di gruppo con loro?
Aku di mana? Ada memang di kan. Dah di dina orang nombor dia hajar ada aku mana bila cuma boleh kan mudah banget.
Verticale. Thank you.
Kamu Marian? Kau aja bu yang am karo mo. Mau aja.
Sambura.
Kambura. Mau aja makan kambura.
Kambura.
Kalau kan kambura ya.
Kambura.
Okay, some picture. Ricompattatevi, se no non c'è
Compattiamoci.
I'm not in the video.
Oh, yes. Go.
Bella,
Dai che facciamo la copertina e avventura.
Say Himba. Himba. Cheese.
John, come.
Right.
Yeah.
We are all in the picture. Jacob, otherwise,
Yeah.
go back.
Go back a bit. No, but it's good.
L'acqua là.
La percezione della temperatura questa ormai.
The Himba village of Omuangete is located in the far northwest of Namibia, near the bustling town of Opuo and the border with Angola. Opuo in the Herero language means the end, a very appropriate name given that it is the last inhabited center of some importance before entering Kayakoland, one of the most remote and wild regions of Africa. Here, on the edge of the modern world, time seems to have stopped. Opuo represents the border between civilization and untamed nature. Beyond this point lie vast territories where human presence is rarefied and where nature reigns supreme. The village of Omuangete, with its inhabitants, preserves the ancestral culture of the Himba people intact, whose ancient traditions still resonate strongly in everyday life. Visiting these places means not only coming into contact with the pristine beauty of Kayakoland, but also immersing yourself in a unique cultural heritage, where every gesture, every rite, and every landscape tell a story of survival and harmony with a nature as harsh as it is fascinating.